morning Gear Facts friends. Today we're looking at Tascam's BB800, a fairly unique, I wouldn't say completely unique, but a fairly unique field recorder, very friendly to the home user or the semi-professional audio engineer, although that may not be completely fair to the BB800. I'm sure there are professional studios and users who would probably find this quite an appealing and interesting bit of technology. Not least because of its connectivity. Let's have a look. We've got the on-off switch there, lines out, speaker on-off. There are stereo external speakers, so it works like a little studio monitor, a mobile studio monitor, which is a pretty handy and again fairly unique thing. Headphone socket, of course, power in. It can also run on AA batteries. 8 AA batteries will keep it running for hours. Then on this side we've got an audio limiter. More about that in a moment. It's quite an interesting function. Then our RCA's in, phantom power for both of the XLR mic sockets, and of course a Kensington lock to keep it safe. Recording is to standard SD cards. There's no internal memory. On the front panel with the grill we've got left and right microphones, and interestingly the exact same around the back. So this gives you very good access to a sort of a three-dimensional field of recording to all events happening around the recorder. And of course the top panel. All of these controls are pretty self-explanatory as I gently pan across them. The actual software, of course, is a little bit more complex. Jog dial here, directional key here, and we'll get to that in a little moment. Then transport controls here, and some controls to change the way in which your files play back. The display is quite informative and very familiar from Tascam's multi-track recorders too. So if we go to menu here, you'll see that there are no unexpected settings, no onboard effects or anything like that, but you can speed up and slow down and edit your recordings. Record setting is crucial as well. Here we can set the auto level as well as many other functions. You'll see the backlight only lasts a little moment because I'm running on batteries right now. So there's our 10-second control. We can increase that to 30 seconds or have it just off all the time. 10's about right for me. You'll get through most functions in that time. And a little further on, you'll see we've got some MP3 files loaded in there. Media controls such as formatting. There's a center cancel function too, which is quite commonly found now. And we're back to the beginning. Pressing home again takes us to our main record screen, and if I pan up a little bit, you can put yourself into record standby just by pressing record, and then once more it will actually begin recording. So first test is to do a bit of an ambient recording of what's going on around us. I can hear birds outside and a little bit of traffic noise. You might even hear the hum of the fridge that's fairly close to me as well. So just a moment of quiet there to take that in. Now we're going to switch over to the Tascam's microphones and see how well it picks up the same thing in comparison. First we have to set the microphones to record front and rear, and here we go. So having just pressed the stop button, I haven't heard the BB800's recording just yet, but I'll let you be the judge based on what you have just heard. And I'll also give you some snippets from other videos I've made where I've recorded the audio with the BB800, and these will highlight some of my concerns. This one's just smooth all the way. Let's just reduce that level a bit more because a bit of noise is creeping through, as it always does in this studio. You may have noticed that some of the audio was a bit rough on my voice there. I've been using this Shure headset with the proper XLR connection that, as we saw before, goes in over here. You can connect a mono source like a microphone to an individual channel and make it come out through both sides by changing a very simple setting in the menu system. However, I find this results in quite a big loss in volume. I did find I got quite an improvement when I actually split the signal into two rather than doing it electronically. I got this splitter cable and went into both channels, but I still wasn't completely satisfied with the output from a microphone to the main recording. Obviously, there are some changes you could make to the way you amplify your signal, and I think that brings us to a critical point about the BB800. It is very high quality gear, there is no doubt about it, but you need high quality gear to go with it as well. You may have to augment it with a few other things to get that recording exactly right. There'll be a lot of experimentation, and I assure you, your results will be good in the end. But if you're a film at home amateur like me, the journey can be a bit of a tough one. Here's another clip where I got that sound a little bit better. This particular sound seems to work well with a lot of different tunes. At the end of the day though, I've been finding that recording my voice is easier just through the camera's microphone, and it also gives me more mobility than having myself wired up to the XLR sockets at the side, and I do need to move around a fair bit in my videos. I opted to go for something that was a little bit more wieldy, and that is recording through the camera's microphone and then getting a direct source from the instrument that I'm demonstrating. This ends up giving a better overall product for me. Here's another example. Let's take a close look at some sounds. And I think you'll agree that while not ultra professional, it does give an overall better product. But let me say once more, this is gear that's really approaching the pro level. If you're making a short film, perhaps if you're a film and media student, you might want to get some good quality microphones and incorporate this into your film setup. I also forgot to mention that the monitor is very handy. For many users, being able to play back your files nice and quickly and loudly, perhaps to a group of people, the speakers make a really handy feature, and they are 10 watts, so reasonably loud, and they never seem to distort under pressure. That's my review of the Tascam BB800, and I know I've basically expressed that it wasn't satisfactory for my needs, but I think it's me that's wrong. I'm the wrong user for this device. I think I've talked sufficiently about the kinds of users who would find this ideal for their needs, and that would probably be a good point to leave it. Thanks for watching the review, guys. Please like, comment, or subscribe, and if you could share this video with anybody who's in the industry, I'd be very interested to get comments about other people's feedback, experiences, or opinions regarding the Tascam BB800, because it is quite unusual, fairly unique, and definitely worth checking out.